Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is SixDread and welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about Destiny 2. It's right on the verge of release. We got a chance to play the beta a few weeks back. I just wanted to give my honest opinions about it before its initial release for people that could be riding on the fence about purchasing this game. So let's get right into it. Alright, so let's just kick things off with what we know about the story so far. So on the Destiny 2 beta, we got a chance to play the first mission called Homecoming, where it's essentially the tower is being destroyed. You get carried to the enemy ship to try to stop the massacre at the tower, and you get introduced and, mind you, get your ass handed to you by the brand new baddie named Ghaul. And he's automatically even more interesting than any villain that I've ever seen on Destiny 1, because he's not just after us, he wants the Traveler's Light for himself. He thinks that the Traveler made the wrong move choosing us over his species, so I already think that that's better than anything on Destiny 1, like I said. Also, Bungie has promised over 50 plus cutscenes that are going to be implemented into the story of Destiny 2, so once again, automatically way better than anything Destiny 1 ever had to offer. I personally am really excited for how it is going to be on Destiny 2, but if you're still skeptical about it, my best advice would just be to wait until the initial release of the game and just read the reviews. Alright, so moving on to the PvE aspect of Destiny 2, we didn't get a whole bunch, but what we did get is a brand new strike called the Inverted Spire, where you go against a brand new bad guy, or should I say 2.0 bad guy, called Protheon the Modular Mind. And the reason I say 2.0 is he literally looks like every other Vex boss in Destiny 1. From Prison of Elders, or any of the other strikes on Venus or whatever, he looks about the same. And that's ultimately disappointing, guys. I mean, this is a brand new experience. I mean, I am a massive Destiny fanboy, but I am not afraid to say that they should have done a little bit more innovation when it comes to that kind of shit. Now, with that being said, I'm not bashing it completely because it is a bigger strike and there is a 3-part boss battle to it. So if you're into strikes a lot, I do think that you will enjoy it. As well as if this is the lesser of strikes to come, I think that we are in for a really big treat. Now, as far as the patrols go in Destiny 2, we didn't get a lot out of the beta, or should I say at all out of the beta, but what you could do is before the strike start up, you could walk around, check out where doors are going to be, kill some NPCs, and I think you can see some where the beacons are going to be, but you could not activate them in the beta. But there was no treasure maps, there was no map at all where you could kind of see where the public events are going to be. They kind of kept that stuff hush-hush for the beta, but it is supposed to be implemented into the full game, so that's something to really look forward to, guys. And as far as the raid goes, I've been told it is supposed to be the hardest raid yet, and that is a really good sign. I'm talking more difficult, mind you, than Vault of Glass Year 1 or King's Fall, and that is an amazing, amazing thing, guys. And of course, it's going to be super satisfying to shoot Ghaul in the face. The fucker took our Gjallarhorns. Alright, so moving on to the PvP part of this impression, I am really excited to talk about this, guys, because I am a huge fan of what Bungie has done with the new PvP system. First of all, it is so amazing not to get shotgunned right off the bat or sniped right when you spawn and go around a corner at the beginning of a game. It is absolutely incredible. Like, it forces players to use primaries. Granted, it's not perfect. There still are some weapons that are incredibly overpowered that could use a nerf. For instance, the Nurgle and the Nightshade. In the beta, I absolutely wrecked. There wasn't hardly any games where I didn't at least go like 5.0, and it was all because of those. I'm not some god player, it's just that I have accuracy and those guns do the deed. It was ridiculously overpowered. I mean, I think that they're kind of still overpowered right now in Destiny the Destiny 1 game. I mean, you've got what do you got? Red Death, you've got Glass Half Full on the Grasp of Malak, and Headseeker with it, the Clever Dragon. All those guns were incredibly overpowered, and it seems like pulse rifles are still that way right now. So, but for the most part, I was super happy with how everything was in Destiny 2 when it comes to PvP. The modes are really fun. I like how you have to plant the bombs, and everything is now 4v4, and that is so amazing. I know some people are upset because they want the 6v6, but especially for like the Trials of Osiris, or which is now called Trials of the Nine, it's kind of cool that you have 4 players now, because it's going to be a lot easier for people that can't go to the lighthouse to get carried with 3 other really good players instead of just 2. So I think that's really, really cool, and I think that they did a really good job with the PvP. Like I said, there is some things they need to fix, but for the most part, good job, Bungie. Alright, so the last thing I want to talk about really quick before I end this video, guys, is the 3 new class abilities and the 3 new supers. Now, the 3 new supers are absolutely badass. Now, I don't really have time to go into all of them, but you have the Sentinel, the Dawnblade, and the Arc Strider. Now, they're badass as shit. They're way more creative than any more super that we've ever seen in Destiny, and I'm super stoked about it. The only problem is that the recharge rate for PvE is absolutely terrible. Like, you do not feel like a Guardian anymore. And I know that we lost our light, but dear God, man, what's the point of giving us some badass supers if we can't even really use them? So I'm hoping that they change that, and from what I've heard, I think that they actually are. Now, the abilities, the Titan has a little barrier that he can pop up. There's a smaller one and a larger one, and basically people that walk through get stunned, and it's almost like a stun grenade to where like you can get an advantage on a kill. They take a little bit of damage, so it's actually pretty useful and pretty badass. Now, the Warlocks, they got the most badass abilities out of all. Like, they took the Titan's old super abilities, the Blessings and Weapons of Light, and turned it into their own 17-second ability that just makes them a menace in the Crucible. I'm talking, if you have a pulse rifle and you have a damaging void, or if you're hurt and you pop a healing void or healing rift down, whatever it's called, like, you will almost 9 times out of 10 win that gunfight. Like, I have so much footage of me doing this. Like, it is insane. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if they nerf the Warlock or if they keep him the same, because if they keep him the same, and if you're a new player, I'd recommend going with the Warlock. Now it's time for the Hunters, man. The Hunters, I have got to say, are my favorite class in Destiny, and to see what they've done to them makes me cry inside. I mean, they have a 17-second cooldown Shade Step that just reloads their gun or gives them melee energy. Oh, like, what the fuck, man? That is so fucking trash. Like, how does that benefit you at all? And then the golden gun, like, it only lasts like a second, it feels like that shit, you cannot pop that shit and walk around the map. You can't even walk around half the map, it feels like. It is just, they've nerfed the Hunters so bad. While the other guys actually got some pretty badass improvements to their old supers, the Hunters just got nerfed all around, and that's altogether just really disappointing. Anyway, that is going to do it for my video, guys. Thank you again so much. This is actually my first video that I've ever uploaded, but I plan on doing a ton more content from all kinds of entertainment-wise with movies and different games. Anyway, guys, once again, my name is SixDread signing off. Click that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.